and rushes and say, hey, I want to do the story. He didn't care about Tammy Collins then, right? And got his son, put him through acting school, got his son to play it, his dad. Like, how dope was that? So he does something so amazing just to own it because of his emotional traumas. Again, mad because this took a picture or is doing business with somebody that you don't like. This is what you do?
It all began when Benzino, the former Source magazine co-owner and a figure long at odds with 50 Cent, added fuel to an already burning feud. Benzino, who has had his own history with 50, decided to weigh in on the situation between 50 Cent and Big Meech. Benzino made a bold statement in an interview, accusing 50 Cent of being secretly jealous of Big Meech's continued relevance in the streets and in the media.
Oh no, bro. No, man, he's a man trapped in a kid's mentality. He has a man's body trapped in somebody who's probably 22, 23. That thinking that's not a man thinking. Like 50's what? 50's almost 50 now?
50 is 50, I believe.
Yeah, 50's 50. So what the is that? Like, there's so many layers of that are both ending. Up, bro. 50 knew about that situation with Tammy Collins and all that. Everybody did. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? He didn't give a He wanted to make money and exploit the situation. Plus, he was a fan. Now, because this man takes a picture with Ross, you gonna do this? Number one, it's dangerous, homie, because Meech is loved. He's loved. He's loved. And number two, it shows how weak you.
He said that 50's bitter attitude toward Meech stemmed from an inability to accept that Meech's reputation was untarnished, despite all the attempts to bring him down. 50 Cent tried to destroy Big Meech's image, but can't seem to handle it when Meech is still winning. It's jealousy, plain and simple, Benzino said with disdain. 50 loves to act like he's a king, but he can't stand it when someone else is getting more respect. Benzino went even further, claiming that 50 Cent's obsession with attacking others was his way of covering up his own insecurities. Benzino argued that 50 was bitter over the success of people like Rick Ross and Big Meech, whom he believed 50 couldn't surpass in terms of respect and street credibility. According to Benzino, it was easy for 50 to hide behind his social media trolling.
That's a jealous man. You know that. I mean, I don't feel like going back. There's some niggas, because he's a jealous man, insecure man. These are insecure because of a real confident man. Don't do that to other niggas. It's sucker to, to, you know, make yourself look good at another demise. Like, that's sucker shit. We don't do that. Like, that's not, there are certain things about being a man, right? And I was fortunate to have a father that was there in my life. Even though he was in jail, I still visited him and I still got the message.
But it revealed a deeper issue, a fear of losing his spot. The feud between Benzino and 50 Cent isn't a new development. Their history goes back years. It all started when Benzino criticized Eminem in The Source, questioning his authenticity in the hip-hop world and accusing him of exploiting black culture. This ignited a fierce battle with Eminem.
Guys like 50, I don't think their father was around to give them the message of how to be a man. Because that's not manly. Yeah, we go back to the troll and shit. We don't do that. We don't, step on niggas down. It shows envy and jealousy, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, we can, and trolling is the new word for it, but there is no new word for it in the hood.
And since 50 Cent was signed to Eminem's label, he immediately joined the fray, supporting his mentor and taking aim at Benzino. The beef escalated in public with several diss tracks, media jabs, and personal attacks, including 50 Cent's famous line in How to Rob, where he mocked Benzino's role in The Source. But things got even more intense when Benzino responded with insults aimed at Eminem's daughter, Haley, which led to widespread backlash. Despite the years that have passed since the peak of their feud, Benzino and 50 Cent still continue to throw verbal jabs at each other.
He was a Meech fan. Let's make it clear. 50 couldn't, everybody wanted to be a Big Meech. But you could best be clear, 50 wanted to be a Big Meech. He just wasn't able to do it. Indeed, in the
With 50's constant trolling on social media and Benzino's equally pointed interviews, The bad blood continues to simmer. Benzino, in his latest remarks, didn't hold back when he described 50 Cent as a man trapped in a child's mentality. He said 50's behavior reflected his deep-rooted insecurities. 50's out here trying to tear people down just because he can't deal with the fact that he's not the big dog anymore, Benzino said. He's stuck, and all he knows how to do is lash out. Amidst the drama, the situation took a personal turn when Marquise Jackson, 50 Cent's son, sided with Big Meech over his father. Marquise, who has publicly criticized 50 Cent for years, became
We knew about that situation with Tammy Collins and all that. Everybody did. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? He didn't give a. He wanted to make money and exploit the situation. Plus, he was a
a central figure in the feud, further alienating himself from his father. In a shocking public move, Marquise posted a series of social media updates expressing his admiration for Big Meech and his decision to stand by him despite the controversy surrounding Meech's past. Marquise made it clear that he didn't believe Meech's past should define him and that he felt more aligned with Meech's legacy of loyalty and respect than the way his father had chosen to handle things.
was a Meech fan. Let's make it clear. 50 couldn't. Everybody wanted to be a Big Meech. Everybody wanted to be on the block and do what Meech did. There's no question. Whether that's the right type of thinking or not, we're not going to talk about that. But you could best be clear 50 wanted to be a Big Meech. He just wasn't able to do it. He didn't accomplish it. But guess what, Curtis? You accomplished something being a rapper. So just take that. It wasn't in you to be a Big Meech. You didn't survive. You almost didn't survive that. It wasn't in you. But he was a fan of it, admired it.
Cent responded with characteristic hostility, labeling Marquise's decision as a betrayal. "You're choosing a snitch over your own father?" 50 wrote on Instagram. "I guess that's what happens when you're raised by a mother who's more interested in making you a pawn than giving you guidance." This jab at Marquise's mother, Shaniqua Tompkins, only intensified the animosity between father and son. The emotional tension between 50 Cent and Marquise was palpable as the two exchanged insults in interviews and on social media. Marquise didn't hold back, accusing 50 of being a bad father, more interested in his own ego than in nurturing a relationship with his son. "You're mad because I won't bow down to you like the rest of your fake circle? You want to tear me down instead of seeing me as a person," Marquise said in an emotional Instagram post. The rise of Big Meech's influence, especially with the BMF series chronicling his rise, was a significant part of this drama. While 50 Cent was making a fortune from the BMF show, his increasing bitterness toward Meech was evident. Meech, who had been sentenced to a lengthy prison term but remained a powerful figure in the streets, had developed an undeniable aura of respect in the hip-hop community. His impact was felt not only through his past, but also through his family's involvement in the entertainment industry.
Tapped up at the radio station, you know, and so he got stabbed up at the Hit Factory on 54th Street. You know what I'm saying? Big studio that everybody was going to, and I was with the made men at Sony Studios. He ended up running down there, coming in my studio session. You know what I'm saying? So he's bleeding on the side of himself and shit. So I'm like, damn, you need some help. You know, back then I was a millionaire back then. I had a car service at the Source magazine that we had on deck. When I called him a car service, I sent him to the house. Okay. So I kind of got him up out of that situation. For him to even play with this, you know, that's obvious, no? I mean, if I helped you out of a situation that you was getting hands and feet put on, stabbed up, you had no money to get to the hospital. If I helped you out, wouldn't I be cool with you after that?